Right, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you're having a good one. Tonight, at least tonight here, as always, we're going to be tying a little variation on a pheasant tail using the Semperfli Straggle Legs. Fun little material. It's definitely a pattern you can whip up nice and quickly. And I've had some fun with them. In particular, a trip up into the Kawekas in the Hawke's Bay. It's a great little material. It's you can see it there, but it's got little legs, synthetic material poking out off it. We'll crack into it and have some fun. Right, the hook tonight we'll be using a Kamsan B175. Filming with a size 12 is just a bit easier to film with, but generally I tie them in a 14. But they're a great hook, super strong, and they're good for this job. Our thread, I've just been having a little bit of a play around with the Spyder waxed thread, again by Semperfli. I'm using the 18/0. It's for something a bit different. We'll see how we get on, but I've been enjoying it so far. As per everything else, just want to get your thread started. And just get that thread base down there. Nothing overly difficult about this part. You've seen me do it before a few times now. And then just get rid of our tag end. Right, next up is your pheasant tail. Just get them from wherever you can get them. And you want to take about 8 to 10 of the fibres from that. And just get them all bunched together. Measured out the back generally. I go with about half a hook shank. Out the back again. And just get that tied in. Just do a couple wraps, just make sure you're happy with the length of it. Sometimes just give a little squeeze back, which will just pull them all in nice and close together. And then start tying this down. Now I know there's a lot of people who use this to wrap around for the body on it, but I like to fold it forward, tie it forward. I actually use it for the wing case on this instead. I just prefer the way it looks. You want to get it somewhere between half and about a third from the hook eye. And we'll just go back a bit and we'll get ready for the next part. Right, next up we will be putting the ribbing in. We're using copper wire from Semperfli in 0.1mm. You just want to take your I usually get a couple inches, which is good for a couple flies. Tie it off on top and just let it slowly wrap down to the other side of you. Puts you where you need it to start doing the counter wraps when you wrap the rest in. And there we have it. Alright, next up we're going to build some of the body. I'll just take a few pheasant tail fibres for that. I'll use about, usually for 14 I use 3, but for this one being a bit bigger I go with 4 of them. And just tie that in. And then move your thread back up to where you're going to tie it in. It's got a couple of extra little bits sticking out there. Just snip them off. Cool. Each their own with this, but you use your fingers. I like to use my hackle pliers to wrap it. Just find I have a bit more control. And I just find it easier. You just wrap that up the body. Until we get to about that halfway point, and we'll tie that in. tag end part there. You can take that copper wire. I'm going to counter wrap it, which gives it some strength. Hold it together. Just try to keep them as evenly wrapped as you can. Apologies if I'm a bit off in this. I'm usually more on eye level with the fly when I tie, but to film you don't want to see my mug in behind the fly. It puts it all out of kilter, so if it's a little bit off, it's just because I'm looking straight down on it instead of more at it. But you want to try to keep it as even as you can. And then just tie that in again. It needs a couple. And you can just pull it away. That's super fine wire. It makes that part a bit easier. And just tie that back. Which will just take a couple. It's probably the most complex part of the whole fly, to be fair. But we'll get that straggle string in there and I'll show you what that looks like. Straggle legs, sorry. Right. Straggle. So again, I'm using the straggle legs, which have these little bits of fibres sticking out from it. I accidentally called it straggle string before, but you can use it, but it's a bit brighter, a lot of UV through it. But for this pattern I really like just the black straggle legs. It just looks like the legs flailing away on a nymph in the water. Just grab that there, it's just getting away from me a little bit. Trim that away. I've actually pulled some off from the end of it to help tie it in. You just want to get it right back onto where you've folded back that wing case and bring that back to the hook eye, and then you can just start wrapping this forward. And just try to preen back those fibres as they go back, and the string in the middle which holds all those fibres is black as well, so it gives that dark colour on the body too. And you're just going to wrap it up. And as you can see, as you go, you start getting all these little legs sticking out, henceforth the name for it. And just tie that in. And you're going to trap a few of those fibres in a bit of a funny way, but we'll deal with that in a second. Pull them all back and get it nice and secure. Take your scissors and get rid of that. Alright, from here, all we want to do is try to get them evenly out on each side. So there's going to be a few sticking up, but this wing case is going to push them down nicely. Just get that over there. And we can start tying in that wing case. There we go. Just finish that off. Try not to get them stuck in, but if they do, they do. Get rid of this. And finally, do a little whip finish. Try again. Can't get it right all the time. Sorry about that. And whip finish. Second try's charm, apparently. There we go. Snip it off and you're done. Super easy. Alright, there you have it. Straggle legged pheasant tail. Okay, real easy. Got your pheasant tail for a wing case and the body, the tail with some copper wire for the ribbing, and then the little straggle string all flailing around out there like some legs, and you just tie it off. It's quite a simple pattern. A little bit of flash and shine to it as well in there, but just gives that impression of a little bug swimming around as it drifts down for the trout to gobble up. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you have fun tying it. As always, if you are of the inclination to share on social media, by all means tag me. I love to see what you're all tying. But yeah, have fun. Happy tying. Till next time.